My name is Vineet Shukla and I work for Mahindra Group. My role is as a head of data is to run something called Data Center of Excellence. And there we bring data and AI into the play in terms of accelerating the transformation of the businesses across Mahindra Group. The way the cloud computing has come into the play, it has taken all the burden away from all the companies to managing their own in-house cloud assets, having their own servers, etc. And hence the speed at which they can bring the data for the consumption has gone many times harder. And remember, the cloud does not only give you the storage, but also it gives you a lot of computation power on top of it. And with the advent of a lot of other players, with the Gen AI and with a lot of other AI over the cloud, the way how digitization has happens, the speed has gone a lot much. And remember, it is not only the speed with respect to how you bring in the data, etc., but it's also the speed where you have a lot of more access to the different technologies over the clouds to be able to do that. And in Mahindra, we are doing something very similar across different groups. When you talk about digitization, it is not only having a front face of the business, or it is not only how we interact with the customer or how somebody looks at it. I think to me, the digitization is also a function of how you bring all the underlying digital assets within the business to be able to accelerate the overall transformation process and agility for the business in terms of either saving some of the costs, reaching out to the customer, or going for the top line growth. As I work with different businesses, when I look at the challenges are a function of how the business is. If the business is born digital, right, everything is on the cloud itself from the beginning itself, then challenges are very less, because then you know that how your system has happened and the systems are like digital systems. But in those cases where the inherent business has not been on the clouds, it has been old legacy based system, that's where when you start bringing the technology and cloud and all of it, then it also starts with respect to a lot of other things. One is with respect to the skill sets, then it's also respect to the mindset, then it also respect to how do you want to do the diffusion across the whole system, because your whole system has been operating in a different way since so many years. And then how when you bring the technology to the play, bring the technology is easy, but when this new technology comes up, then the change management has to happen. People have to learn to the technology, and people also have to move from the previous version to the next version, or previous way of doing things to the next way. So these are the ways where we have been trying to do the transformation across. And as I said, we have gone a long way in terms of our digital maturity at Mahindra, our technology maturity in Mahindra, and I'm very proud to say that the cloud, the technologies across it, and AI is today being used across all the businesses at this point of time. Data governance is most significant and one of the very important part if you really want to create the value out of it. First, it starts with the empathy. Why I'm saying empathy? Because we don't want to leverage somebody's data and sort of abuse it. And I'm saying abusing in the sense that we never use data of any of our customer without his or her consent. At many a times, if we have to create some of the business strategies, we do something called anonymization of the data, where I'm using the data but nobody will know whose data it is. It is basically to identify the pattern, it is basically to identify the market strategy, and so on and so forth. And we also make sure that in those cases, if the data is a personal data, PII data, it's all very well protected. So we have to make sure that there is a very strong data protection. All the PII information is stored, and the ecosystem is there in place. And we have at Mahindra, there are big horizontal teams, there are CISOs across the different companies who are educated, who are well informed, where the communication flow, and who also take care of the process adherence with respect to there is no data leak happening across. So we are very particular about it. We are already adopting. We have already gone to the maturity where some of these state-of-art technology is already into the production. People are talking about Gen AI, and we have been able to save a lot of money with Gen AI in terms of employee productivity, in terms of customer outreach. Computer vision is the next one because we come from a lot of use cases which is coming from the manufacturing and beyond, and hence having a very strong system from the computer vision perspective and that is also in production in quite a few cases. And then apart from these two, we are also trying to do a lot of things in terms of the normal classical machine learning and AI based system, which includes your regression, forecasting, and also optimization. So all of these things are there in place. We have come a long way. We have been able to get some great talent also in-house, and we will keep on building more and more of this into the production and scale up.